The winner is.
And we're live.
Okay. There we go.
Kind of live.
Kind of live.
We're alive. I'm alive.
I'm
kind
not,
of, sort of alive.
I'm falling apart.
Jeez Louise. I mean, my head is like stuffed up.
But your hair looks good. Hi, everybody. It's Sunday, September 8th, 2024.
September.
I know. Last week was the first. Sorry we canceled, but the snot nose over here.
Yep.
I was like, I'm not coming over with you having a cold.
Nope. And I'm still congested, but I'm not contagious.
No, you're not contagious.
I'm just.
That's what Mike even said. He said, "Is Sue feeling better?" And I said, "I don't know." I said, "I kept meaning to call all week." And he goes, "Well, yeah, now that you're a year older, you don't remember anything." I said, "Wednesday, I wasn't a year older. Why didn't I call her Wednesday?" But I didn't. So anyway,
she's a year older.
Yesterday,
as of yesterday.
Yep, 71.
I sent her a funny little
meme.
Did. And I'm like, she blowing out a candle and her false teeth come flying out of her mouth. It's hysterical.
I thought to myself, oh my God, that could be me, because I just talked to the dentist. I had another implant put in back here.
Yeah.
And I just talked to her about possibly what more do I need for her to review my record. What more do I need to get to the point where we can start attaching partials? Because I'll play with my teeth. If you give me one that comes in and out, forget it. I'll be like,
I'm the same way.
Popping across the airplane. You know what I mean? It'd be like, whoa, that's a good one, or I'll forget to put it back in after I brush my teeth, and I won't remember where I set it down. So anyway, I was like, yeah, it was one of those weeks, guys, coming up to the birthday, and then at the birthday, and I should have brought this card. My dog gave me the best card.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It said, it's just plain black and white with a nice little border on it. It says, "Hope you have an adequate birthday."
An adequate birthday.
Yeah. And then it says, from the National Society of Lower Expectations. Like, oh my God, I need to make t-shirts. I'm the CEO of that.
Oh my gosh.
You know how when you go in for job performances and they always used to say, "And what are your expectations of me?" or "What are your goals for the next year?"
None. I literally have none.
Because then I can't be disappointed.
Right.
And if you do something good, then wow, you've exceeded my expectations.
It completely.
And you get that check mark that you've exceeded my expectations.
You get a gold star.
Exactly.
And a cookie.
Yeah. I mean, your expectation of me is to get to work, not kill anybody, and, not get the hospital.
Maybe laugh. Maybe laugh a little.
Yeah, maybe. So anyway, it was always one of my things. That was like, my two expectations in life were to either contribute to the nursing shortage, or if I was lucky enough, to start the nursing shortage. Sorry, everybody out there. I know there is a nursing shortage, but too bad. That was one of my things many years ago, because I didn't want to do it anymore. This is my life too. Do you notice?
I can't get away from Kleenexes this last week.
And did you notice we were talking about this too, how expensive all that stuff is?
Holy
Even
crap.
Tissues.
Well, I really haven't paid attention to the tissues, because I think
we get them at Costco. So we have 18,000 boxes.
Yeah, we have. Jamie is constantly blowing his nose, and I've never been a nose blower. Like, it's never been a thing for me.
I've got a drip.
Mine doesn't come out.
You go back.
when I'm stuffed up, and I need to clear out my sinuses.
Yeah,
it doesn't come this way.
It goes
this way.
Right. Which is the majority of people are like that.
Which sucks, because then and I've never been able to blow my nose and have anything come out.
Right.
It just
doesn't work.
Doesn't work that way for me. Except this last 2 weeks.
I can.
Except this last 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll have to cough to get phlegm out of my chest. And as soon as I do that, my nose fills up. I'm not joking. Like,
you're getting the pressure.
I will wake up in the morning and be completely clear. Everything is clear. like the last couple of days has been great. Everything is clear. Like my chest doesn't hurt. My throat doesn't hurt. My nose is completely drained. My head's not like pounding. And then I'll go to the bathroom and I'll get some little tickle. And then I have to cough to get that phlegm out of my chest.
Yeah.
Right. And as soon as I do that, everything is pushed
back up into the head.
Back up into my head and my sinus. Yeah. And then my ears are popping every time I swallow.
Well, and one of the other things I really hate too is when you do get those head feelings, you do feel, even though it doesn't happen, I feel like my head is out here. You feel like when you walk through the door, you got to turn to the side so that you can walk through. It's awful.
Yeah.
I hate summer colds. And that's serious because we're at the end of summer, but it was still one of those that you picked up.
I did not completely lose my voice.
Good.
I didn't get laryngitis.
Could you imagine if I do?
Oh, well, you wouldn't be you. You just couldn't be you if you didn't have your voice. Yeah, right. She would keep talking. No, you would need more pens.
I need more pens. I need more pen. I'd have to write everything down, which is fine with me because I'm a pen writer and a colorer.
Look at what she found.
Yes.
Look at what she did. Look at what she did, y'all. She made pens.
Yep, in my wonderful world.
She's already a pen connoisseur.
Yeah, because when the uprising comes,
yes,
everyone will have to come to me for a pen. And it's a good thing they're all flockers, because if you're a flocker, all you have to do is sign it, love flocker, and I will send you the pen.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I will be the only one to be able to write out the label. Because everybody will be doing it in their computers and they'll all be a suck up, and I'll have all the
She'll
pens.
have handwritten it in cursive too. Yeah. So if you're not a flocker, you're not gonna fucking
we'll have to get one of those vans and start delivering them to everybody, because everything the machine probably won't be able to read it because it's all meant for these hand labels.
That's all of my cuss word things that I take into public. It's all in cursive so that kids can't read it.
Kids can't read it. That works. Oh, and cuss words. I thought of you this week too. You'll love this. I was on one of those.
I like how ladies think of me when they see or hear anything with cuss words.
Well, it's great. Because your favorite word.
Yeah.
In the code, someone had one of those, the barcode things. And then now we all have those little squares with those things you put on
where
your
you
phone.
can put your phone, right. To get that.
Right in the middle of it. But if you went like this on the thing, it said WTF. It didn't go anywhere, but it scanned when you got close to it and you did this with your phone and you got up to it, it would say at the bottom, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
I thought that was the best. I thought, oh my God, can I get that sign? I'll put it on Sue's desk.
Right. You just need that. The
barcode.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I did get these on Temu. So if anybody wants to personalize the pens, they were very reasonable on Temu. Didn't take very long. So you will probably see more of this shit coming around because I love my Temu.
And I think that may be an extra in some purchases off of Etsy.
Yeah, we'll
never
have to
know.
See. Now I know. And I did search around for pink, but nobody had pink. And it was one of those days where
purple is just as good.
Well, no, and it was one of those days. Sometimes on Etsy, I go through the first page, and if I hit load more or see more, then that's when you go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, right.
So I only do if I'm looking for pens or yarn or needles or whatever I'm looking for, a shirt or a dress with pockets, I only do the front page.
Hey,
because
Maggie.
Otherwise you're constantly you'll never get off because you always find something else cute. And what Temu does, like some of the other ones, they opens another website. I mean, another page.
Yeah.
Stop. And then after a while, you've got
You're-
40 pages.
You're in a rabbit hole.
Oh,
big
yeah.
time.
And then you can't go back. Then, of course, you've got to go, which was a 6, 7, 8. Oh, then you click on this one. No, that was, I didn't notice that before.
Yeah.
So
Next thing you know,
Yeah.
she's got $150 worth of stuff in her cart, and she's got to get off the computer.
but then I only spent $42 for the $150 pieces that were in my cart. And I forgot to bring them. I got the cutest Mickey Mouse paper clips. Just adorable. The cutest ones like that.
I'm telling you, if it has anything to do with school supplies, this woman is on it. She's going to get it.
I love it. I love school.
I have to go get my directions for this so I can continue on with
She's going to
it.
continue on it too.
But this is basically the only thing that I've done all week.
Oh, look at how many you've got. These are gorgeous. I'll show them while you go get your instructions. Look.
I pretty much know what I need to do.
This
for
one's
each
like
round.
a nice little mauvey lavender type thing. This one has gray and purple. Nicely done, Sue. I love the yarn, how it's working out. This is her pink one that we showed last week. Fun and games. Oh, this one is like the old-fashioned thread ones that you saw in Grandma's spot.
the doilies.
The doilies.
I mean, it's
Isn't
all
that
it's the
great?
same pattern for each
Yeah.
one. It just
It's
they
just
look
the way-
a little different when they have multicolor.
Yeah. Oh my God, this is so fun. Maybe I'll need to do something like this on the cruise because then I can,
You can take lots of little balls.
yeah, and then just go from there. I have all these row 1 that I have back from years ago that need to be.
So like I would do these. Oh, I missed 2 days of work because of this stupid cold. And then when I went back, just being gone for 2 days.
What, did you have something to do for 2 hours?
Uh-huh. No, y'all.
She's super fast and super efficient. I watched her work. Super fast, super efficient.
Well, I mean, I've been doing it for 10 years. So, for the most part.
I know, but I was a nurse for 20 some odd years and I wasn't that efficient.
Whatever. So typically at my job now, I average, like, I think it's now 7 water tests a day. I think that's what my average is now. Because I usually end up doing about 170, 180 of them a month, right? Mm-hmm. So whatever that comes out to be. I did 88 of them in 4 days. When I was back Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Okay.
88 of them. 88
Oh.
water tests. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. For 4 days.
Oh my gosh.
I was
everybody
shocked.
shipping in?
I was shocked when I went in.
No, these come from all over.
Yeah, they came. Yeah, from all over the U.S.
Wow.
I know. I was like, y'all, this is half of what I typically do in a month, and I did it in 4 days. So normally I would be able to do 1 or 2 of these while I was at work, but I didn't.
And this is the flower coaster?
No.
Oh.
This is called.
It's Expression Fiber Arts, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where it came from. It's probably on Ravelry too. I probably downloaded it at some point.
Yeah, it was free a couple of weeks ago.
Sorry about that here. I'm writing down and shouldn't be writing. That's very rude of me, but you know me. I mean, this is the first time you've been around me. And if it is, sorry.
This is
Cordalis. That's it.
Cordalis.
Corydal.
Yeah. She did a coaster pattern a while ago called the Fancy Flower Coaster.
Yes.
Which is the first 6 rows
of that.
Or first 7 rows of this is her coaster pattern. She ended up doing an 8th row to make this make it so that it's more of whatever that is. It 5-sided hexagon?
Yeah.
To be able to connect them together to make a shawl. So I'm just using fiddle bits and,
Yeah.
so it's not going to look like hers,
Cool.
but yeah, it's just 8 rounds and
Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, the nice thing about that is the one thing though, I mean, this is one piece. This is my drunken granny stitch. Okay. I'm making it for the Indiana Compassion Network.
So is this going to be a shawl?
A shawl. They like them at least 24 to 30 some odd inches wide and about 64 inches long.
Oh, so
in
it's
rectangles.
a
So
wrap.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
wrap.
Oh,
They give them
that's
out
a wrap.
to
That's a
people who
wrap,
are-
people.
That's a wrap. They give them out to people, which is kind of weird. I mean, they're getting organ donations, so they give it to people who are donating as well as who are receiving. So if you're donating, well, that's a wrap. That's sick. I'm sorry. I didn't mean any offense. No letters, no cards, no nothing. Don't write me, call me, tell me what I'm doing wrong because I know. Anyway, so yeah. But yeah, this is great, but it gets bigger. So when, like your blanket,
Yeah.
you have to have a bigger bag to carry it in when
Yeah.
you're going upstairs or where you're going somewhere. Whereas this is great for like this week,
Yeah,
Tuesday,
like,
when I took Mikey to get his endoscopy.
This is my I'm waiting
Yeah.
project now. I literally just have this one portion of
Exactly.
the pattern and, one hook and a little thing and I just stick it in my
Yeah.
purse.
And Tuesday, when I took Mikey to have his endoscopy while I was sitting and waiting, because they don't want you to leave, because if you leave, then you never come back and pick up the patient. And I made a Baba headband. Isn't that cute?
Yeah, it's totally cute.
It's adorable. It's bulky. I used a 10.5 needle. And ta-da!
I like it.
And it's on the it's UU Knit, and she is, oh God, what's her name? I can't remember her name. Heather, I think her name is. It's UU Knit, okay? And UU Yarn, EWE, and it's free on her website. So easy, so simple, easily adaptable to any kind of yarn. You just have to do a little bit of math. If you're DK and you normally it has to be multiples of 8. So you could probably, most DK hats have 98 or whatever. Make sure it's divisible by 8 and away you go. So there you are. And it even fits Sue's head, which is cool.
Oh, we have Australia in the house.
Hey, how's it going down there, down under? Hey, yeah, thanks, Maggie. 2 baby blankets and a baby dress. Oh, this comes allegedly in a baby size too. So get on there because I know parents like to put those. You could always attach a little bow because you know how parents put bows on their little girls'
or
heads.
just crochet a flower.
Or a flower. You could do anything. You could
crochet a flower.
A pumpkin, do an orange one, and then you could put a witch hat on there for you. You could do themed.
Yeah.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. I should get some orange yarn.
I have orange yarn. You brought me orange yarn a couple of years ago when you made a pumpkin or something, and then
I did my pumpkin
and you wanted everybody to, so you brought everybody pumpkins.
Yeah.
Orange and green.
And we didn't do them, so there you go.
Yeah,
God, look at my hair.
Yeah, no, I didn't do that.
So anyway, that's one of the things, and this is the yarn I got in Glasgow for like $6 or something like that. And this is Woolcraft Pebble, chunky, but it worked great. And it's acrylic, and I thought, well, this is good because this is something I could put in my bag and do on the plane. And then I have a couple 3 because when the ship comes over, it's going to be doing Mexico and then they're going to go to Alaska. So these poor kids are going to get cold because they're going to be in Singapore forever, and then they're going to go down up to these cold worlds of the U.S. What are you going to say? So come into the Northern Hemisphere. Well, actually, they are in the Northern Hemisphere. Singapore is like this far over the line. So I said, okay, so if we're in the Northern Hemisphere, technically it's winter. I'm going to check out the stars when you get that close.
Yeah.
Because when you do go into the Southern Hemisphere, Big Dipper's on this side and then it's on this side.
Yeah.
because the curvature there. I want to see where it is. Maybe it's in the middle because
Right.
we'll be at the equator.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it'll be fun.
There's
And
a
of
giant
course-
mirror there that does a reflection.
I've told you guys that story when I told my niece that when we crossed the equator, it took some time because, we had to wait in line
Right.
because the gates, you have to wait for the gates to go up.
Yeah.
And she just sort of looked, like they do with a train on the road. And she just sort of looked at me like, huh? And she had been to the locks. So she thought maybe we had to go through something, not understanding. She was only 5 or 6 or something like that. Well, I got her good. And she was like, Bob, they don't do that. I said, but the toilet does flush the other way. To this day, she doesn't believe me. So she's like, we have to go because I want to see it flush the other way. I said, okay, I'll take you. So I said, but I thought we were going to Amsterdam in April or May. And she's like, well, yeah, it's winter down there. I said, oh, okay. But whatever, that's my niece for you. She did call yesterday for my birthday and she cracked me up. She goes, I bet you thought I forgot. No, I figured you'd get to it eventually, or you were stuck in the lab and waiting until you got home because I know that you're a busy young girl. Yeah, well, I did all my errands today, so I didn't have to do anything tomorrow. Oh, okay, because her birthday's next week.
Oh.
Yeah, so, 24, can you believe it? Ugh. I remember when she was this big. Yeah, it's so weird. I mean, and you have Tori, so.
Yeah, and she just had a birthday last month.
Yeah, I mean, it's just amazing how time flies. Maggie, time's going to fly. Spend as much time as you can.
Yeah.
Because, it goes. The weird thing is when I used to get Christmas cards from people we had a couple of friends that always sent out the family Christmas card.
Yeah.
And you just noticed how the kids grew every year.
Yeah.
And then you'd run into them in the store and the kid would recognize you.
Right.
The parents would say, hey, and you're like, who's that?
Who's that?
Well, that's our son.
Mm.
Nah.
Can't
I'm sorry,
be.
he's 18. Because always in the pictures, you can't tell that they're standing like this, because they're usually sitting and everybody's nice and all congenial and everything. So you don't know he's 90 foot tall.
Or you haven't, or even worse is like you haven't gotten a card in 5 years and you haven't seen them. And then all of a sudden they're a freaking hockey player for the Blackhawks.
That's it. Right
what the
there.
fuck?
I know. And then you're over there going, where did time
I'm like,
go?
wait a minute. No,
Yeah.
he was just playing hockey
Yesterday.
with a little stick like this
Yeah.
and taking my dog around.
Yeah.
And out to the, I have pictures. I have pictures of him. I have blackmail pictures of him.
Oh, yeah. My sister's got to go one of my knees.
I got blackmail pictures of him with my little King Charles Cavalier.
Oh, yeah?
In the swing set. He was, oh yeah. I love him. Him and the dog. And he put because they had big hunter, like German short hairs. They have big hunting dogs,
Sure.
right? So when he and his sister were little, I'm talking like, 4 and 6, 5 and 7. I think they're only a couple of years apart. When JB and I would take vacation, they would watch our dog for us.
Yeah.
And we had a little King Charles Cavalier. So their kids thought watching the Cavalier dog was the best thing in the world.
Because it's playable, maneuverable.
Yeah. So they would take the little dog out to the playground and put him in the baby seat, strap Samson in there.
Right.
And pretend that the puppy was their baby.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, and now he's playing for the Blackhawks.
They grow up and you wonder how life goes on.
I don't know. And then, the other weird thing is like when you see like an actor or a rock star or something and you're like, oh, they look old. Shit. Like, shit.
Social media hasn't done them any good because
I'm just like,
when you see them in the movie, okay, when you see these guys playing
I'm like,
a character,
how is Mick Jagger still even with us? But like he's like, oh right, oh my god, and I'm just like
aging.
Holy buckets!
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it.
Rob Lowe.
He does. I think I want to know.
He looks like a bag of leather.
I know, but he still looks like he's 27.
But I sit here and I go, well, fucking A, they're my age.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
I know. And then you wonder, it's like, or is it the California sun that gives them that little bit? Like, I remember, who was it I saw? Oh, it was on a Facebook, one of those Facebook short reel type things where they said these 10 people no longer work in Hollywood or whatever.
Yeah.
And they showed like Jack Nicholson then, and then they show Jack Nicholson now. And you're going, oh my God, it's not even the same person.
Yeah.
And, or the other way, when they have these people 10 years ago, and then they've gone through all this plastic surgery. It's how do you even, and some of it's makeup too, because they do the eyes differently now than what they did, 15 years ago.
But the Botox stuff, that is now the debacle of Hollywood.
I know.
Where all
not
of
just
these,
Hollywood, the news people too.
Yeah. Like the people who are constantly doing Botox, and now the side effects are starting to show.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
The Madonnas of the world.
Yeah. Out there. I'm telling you.
Listen, I think I'd rather
I'm just going to age the way
I'm just going to age the way my body is supposed to age.
Yeah. I mean, gravity comes to us all eventually, no matter what. And gravity.
I'd rather have triple chin than a horn coming out of my forehead. Seriously.
You'd be the only unicorn out there. Wait.
But I mean, like, seriously. So the way some of these people look,
you'd have to learn how to walk on your two hands and your two legs. All the time,
nope, that's not going to happen.
For that to work. But then you'd be a new species out there, and you'd be in somebody's scientific journal and whatever. Remember all those conspiracy theories all those years ago, but how this stuff that we were making in the labs and all this other stuff that I know. And then today it's out there. Area 51. I was watching Independence Day. I flipped through it. Was
oh my God, I love that show.
So do I. No, I didn't care for the second one. They did do a repeat of it.
Did they really?
The scientist was in it, but Will Smith wasn't in it. I mean, and that was sort of Will Smith in his early years. And maybe since the whole business at the Oscars, I think he's calmed down a little bit. He's kind of redid himself in some ways because he seems a little bit less out there.
That's one actor that I don't think he has. His physical appearance has not changed a whole lot.
No, not at all.
Since he was the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I thought that was the best.
Yeah, that was really a great sitcom.
Yeah, especially when he was in that fancy school and he wore his jacket inside out.
Yeah.
Because he just couldn't do that.
Yeah.
He just couldn't conform. And I thought that was so cute the way he did it. He did everything else. He just turned his jacket inside out. I thought that was very...
the Carlton dance.
Oh, yeah, the Carlton dance. Now, he's done really well over the years. For a while, he didn't because that kind of, back in those days, not so much now. When you play a character now, it doesn't really follow you as much as they did back then. Like, William Shatner says the same sort of thing. And even Leonard Nimoy, he said, you become known only as Spock. Live long and prosper.
Yeah.
And he said, getting other things and everybody expected you to be that way. And I have to admit, Jim Parsons is very much like that too. I mean, he was Sheldon in The Big Bang.
Yeah.
Well, he played an engineer in Hidden Figures.
Yeah.
I expected, and he was similar in the staunchness of an engineer.
He was an engineer,
right?
Though he wasn't like a nuclear physicist or whatever he was. And
he was a theoretical physicist.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, so
He still played a geek.
He played a geek. So it was
But he
sort of
played a
similar.
mean geek. He was a mean geek
Yeah.
on Hidden Figures.
He was.
He was an ass.
Yeah,
But I mean, he's kind of an ass on Big Bang Theory too. But he was just, and he was more annoying.
Yeah,
He was annoying.
I know. And
But
then,
you could have, we could have dealt with Sheldon.
Yeah.
Totally.
Oh yeah.
As a, another flocker at the table. If it was a Sheldon, Deb and I got that handled.
Oh yeah, we got him under control. Yeah, I mean Sheldon would have been.
Oh my God.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah, that's beside the point. So.
But Jeff, is it Goldblum?
Yeah.
He's another one that has aged well.
Yes, he has.
He's aged very well. I don't
Right.
think he's. I mean, I don't think he's done.
No, I don't think so. I don't
he's
think
done
guys
work.
use it much, and maybe they do when we just don't know that they do
But
it.
you have the Mickey Rourke's and the
Oh God.
and Kenny Rogers of the world that overdid it.
Yeah, and stuff. The one that always cracked me up online was Danny. Speaking of characters that got labeled, Danny Bonaducci, was that it? He was on the Partridge Family.
Oh,
the little guy, the younger brother.
Yeah,
he never.
The redhead.
Yeah. That Collie McCauken is like in his 50s now.
See, I know. Yeah. I'm like, how did that happen? How the hell did that happen?
Yeah, unbelievable.
He can't be in his 50s.
Maybe he's in his 40s, but he's up there. I mean, he's, you don't see him anymore because he doesn't do anything because he burned out, but still.
I don't think he really needs to.
No, because his name is always going to be synonymous with Christmas. Yeah. So everybody watches it. Sort of like the Jimmy Stewart movie that I won't watch and everybody else does.
Oh, It's a Wonderful Life?
No, thank you.
You know what? It's always on.
I know. I never.
At Christmas time. And I think I've only watched it once.
I watched it once and said, are you kidding me? No thanks. I think we're frozen. You're part of it. We're freezing up.
Okay.
It's a beautiful day here in India. I don't know why we're having trouble. Sorry, guys. We don't mean to be that way. So if you're only catching bits and pieces, maybe when you play it back.
Probably not.
Probably not. So
we should probably wrap it up if that's the way this is going to be doing this.
Yeah. Because, today is the start of the season.
Oh, fall? Is today? That's the start of the season.
Football.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Football. It's knitting, crocheting Sunday, where we get to go down and say, hey, I got to watch this, my team. If they're fine, or you can sit with them and not have to worry about it. You order in wings, you order in burgers, and away you go. You just sort of sit there.
Today can't be the start of the season.
It is.
Jamie watched the Packers play the other night.
Well, that might have been no. Today is the opening season day.
Well,
it might have been. It could have been a preseason game, or maybe it was a start. That was a rerun, I think.
That was a rerun.
It was funny because I was watching the other day when I was at the doctor's. Yeah, we were at the doctor's office, and I was looking up, and I'm like, "That's the Super Bowl," and I'm thinking, "Huh? Are they playing?" And I thought maybe it was a preseason game, and they just happened to be playing again because it was the same teams, and it was like, sure enough, it was the Super Bowl. They were just rerunning it because it was such a good Super Bowl. So anyway, all right. Well, yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap it up, guys, because this is going to be rough.
We keep freezing.
Yeah, and I don't want you guys to get, a little frustrated because I get it.
But before we go, I do want to show these little guys.
Oh, are they?
They're not live yet, but they will be.
Oh, the little tree.
They're it's just going to be a single one, and I'm only offering it on with the lever back.
Oh.
But obviously, if you want it with something else, you can just order it with something else. And then this one here, abandoned these cute little ducks in the room. So they're going to be offered up to you guys.
There you go.
There is 7 of them in here.
Nice.
And they come in a range of colors. It's going to be a multi-pack.
They allegedly were supposed to
They are not up there. They are not up yet, but they will be.
And those were supposed to glow in the dark.
And they don't.
They don't glow in the dark. They just sort of, in the light, they just sort of get brighter. But it's not like you put them, because I stuck them underneath a
I will
lamp
test
and,
them and see.
and stuck them in front of the light, and then I stuck them in the closet. You got a little bit because I think my eyes weren't adjusted, but they didn't do what they were supposed to do. So
Those
anyway.
are going to be, but not up yet. And then I probably will have a few new rings offered maybe this week.
Cool.
But other than that, keep an eye out. I keep putting things on sale.
Yep.
Get
I
did have one customer who emailed and said that they hadn't received their advent calendar, and I had to email them back and say, yes, you're correct. You haven't received it yet. You actually had to acknowledge the fact that you understood that these would not be being shipped until the beginning of November. You acknowledged with a yes that you understood that. So if you have an order in for Advents,
it'll be
for
coming
an
in.
Advent calendar, it will be shipped to you the first week of November.
There you go.
That's when they're going to be shipped.
They're going to be shipped.
Yeah. So that's that.
They're coming.
And
on that note,
we're going to let you go.
We're going to let you go. My nose is running again.
-2.
So I think we'll take care of our noses.
We need to take care of our noses. You guys have a good week.
We'll see you next week.
All right. Yeah.
Stay healthy. Stay
You're
happy.
still here next week, right?
Yes, I don't leave until
maybe
October
I'll be
4th.
less stuffy next week. And
she's just a stuff up anyway.
I am so stuffy.
She's so stuffy. She's just, and I know it's not a touch screen. There you go. Bye, guys. Have a good one. Okay. And